Hey, what's up, guys? Here on the Fire Sports Pod, where everything we do here is fire. You guys know the drill. So let's get right to the show I have for you guys today. We are currently on season 4, episode 3. Currently Wednesday around 2:06 p.m. today. Hope you guys are having a great first couple of days of the week and having a great Wednesday afternoon. So let's get right to my show I have for you guys today. The first segment we're going to be going over is the MLB standings, and we are absolutely officially halfway through the season. There has been 81 to 82 games that have gone by. First off, and there's 81 more left. So we are right on the halfway stretch mark. And we will see, and we'll be going over how our teams matching up, who's got the top spots coming into the wild card if the season ended today, as well as who has the division leads, and do I think there's any sleeper teams that can make a jump in the next 81 games. And then our second segment we'll be going over is the NBA draft. The NBA draft is tonight, ladies and gentlemen, at 8 p.m. Eastern time. What will the Lakers do with Bronny James at the helm? Will Bronny James get picked by any other team? There are 6 different teams, if you want to say 7, including the Lakers, that could get Bronny James, and I'll tell you exactly who those teams are, as well as going over some sports stories that are going around the sports world. So let's get right to the show and let's get this over. Here we go. First up, MLB standings. I'm going to present my screen for you guys to see. Still banned for TikTok Live for right now, so I can't really go on TikTok Live, but hopefully by the 27th, which is Thursday, for my Friday show, which would be episode 4 of season 4, I'll have my special guest, one of my friends from Montclair, who's going to have me on his podcast after my podcast. So we'll definitely get there. So you guys should definitely check that out. That's going to be on Friday. It's going to be at noontime. So definitely check that out. All right. So here's the MLB standings. Let me scroll down. This would be just the AL East to the AL West. And then we'll go over the National, and then we'll go over the wild card. So first up, if you look on the list here, we have the New York Yankees, of course, at the top of the list of the American League East. They are 52-29 with a 642 winning percentage. They have lost 3 out of the last 7. They're on a 2-game losing streak. But man, at home they are 24-14. Away they're 28-15. Really kind of pretty even when it comes to home and away. But the Yankees, man, they've been slipping a little bit over the last 10 or so games. They haven't been as consistent as they were in the beginning, but that always comes. It's about runs. It's going to come and it's going to go. You never know, but we just got to stay consistent, stay true to ourselves, and the Yankees will be in the top spot, and one of those top spots come playoff time. Baltimore is right behind them at 49-30. They are a very good, complete team. They have lost 5 straight, though. They are 4-6 in the last 10. They are 25-16 at home, 24-14 away. Very even as well. They are right now versing the Cleveland Guardians, as well as the Yankees are versing the New York Mets in the Subway Series showdown. The Boston Red Sox are behind them at 43-37. They're 8.5 back of the Yankees. They are 8-2 in the last 10. They have been rolling pretty good. They are 19-21 at home, 24-16 away. A bit of a difference there. Tampa Bay has not had a strong year. They are 40-40. They are 7-3 though in the last 10. They've won 3 straight. They are 21-13 at home and 19-17 away. Kind of a little bit of a difference there. And Toronto is one of the worst at 36-43. They are 3-7 in the last 10. On a 1-game winning streak, they're 18-19 at home and 18-24 away. Not that good. Vladdy Guerrero Jr. could be moving on come trade deadline for the MLB, and he put out there that he might want to be coming to the Yankees. He would not put down an offer to come to the Yankees. That would be something to pair him, Soto, Judge, Stanton, Rizzo, LeMahieu, Torres. That's going to be something. We're definitely going to have to give up somebody. But man, just the fact that we could even have that lineup is nuts. Now the AL Central. Well, before we go there, I'll go over the AL East. Any teams that could, from this particular moment, make a jump at the end of the year? I'm going to say all teams. I think all teams could be in the top, could be in the running for a top spot in the MLB wild card. I think the Yankees will keep their top spot. The Orioles will definitely be second. And then it's going to be like a three-way beat tie between the Boston Red Sox, the Tampa Bay Rays, and the Toronto Blue Jays. Now, if Toronto loses Vladdy Guerrero Jr., then I do not think they are going anywhere. But I do think that Tampa and Boston will probably be the going at each other to try to get that third spot, maybe, or whatever. But definitely, I would say Tampa and Boston will be the guys that I could see making a jump later in the year. Now, the AL Central, you have the Cleveland Guardians at 51-26. They have been playing great baseball. They are 7-3 in the last 10. They are on a 7-game winning streak. They are 29-9, 26-9 at home, and 25-17 away. A big disparity from a home and away in losses. Minnesota Twins are behind them at 43-36. They are 9 games back. They are 6-4 in the last 10. They are 23-16 at home, 20-20 away. The Kansas City Royals are 43-38. 43-38. They are 3-7 in the last 10. They are not as good as they were in the earlier when the Yankees played them. They were I think 10 games above 500. Now they've dropped. They're 26-15 at home, 17-23 away. Detroit Tigers, they're not bad as they were before. They're 37-42. But I don't think they're going to be going anywhere. And the White Sox are 21-60. They suck. So the Detroit Tigers and the White Sox, I think the Detroit Tigers have got something here. They got 37 wins, which is the most in a while that they've had at this point of the season. So I think they got something, but it's a little early for them. I think it's going to be a three-way get-go between the Cleveland Guardians, Minnesota Twins, and Kansas City Royals. I could see Kansas City. Kansas City's a tough team, a tough out. I could see the Royals making a move and making a push to try to get that top spot in the AL Central. Now, the AL West, you have the Seattle Mariners, who are 45-37. This division is very weird. Very, very weird. Seattle is 45-37, top of the division, 4-6 in the last 10, lost 3 straight, 27-12 at home, 18-25 away. Houston Astros are 39-40. They have sucked this year. They are 8-2, though, in the last 10, and they've won 6 straight. They are 23-19 and 16-21 away. 23-19 at home. Texas Rangers, the defending champs, are playing terrible baseball this year. They are 37-42, and they've had a ton of injuries. 4-6 in the last 10, lost 2 straight, 20-19 at home, 17-23 away. The Los Angeles Angels, they are 32-46. Ever since they lost, Mike Trout is also injured, as well as they lost Shohei Ohtani. They have just been ass. They are 6-4, though, in the last 10, won 2 straight. They are 14-25 at home, 18-21 away. And the Oakland Athletics, they're not as bad as they used to be, but they're 29-53. They are 18-23 at home, 11-30 away. They don't do well away from home, knowing that. So do I see anybody in this division that could make a jump? Athletics, no. Angels, no. The only 2 teams that I could say are the Houston Astros because of their experience in big moments, and the Texas Rangers, the defending champs, so I always got to give them the benefit of the doubt. We're still 81 games to go. They could go on a freaking a historic run and end the season with 100 wins. So you never know. But it's going to be tough. It's definitely going to be tough. But I think the Texas Rangers and the Astros could give the Mariners a run for their money. I definitely do think about that. And now we will move from the AL, the American League, to the National League, East, Central, and West. So we'll be going over that. We are currently 9 minutes and 15 seconds into our show. Now let's go over the National League. We had the Philadelphia Phillies at the top of the NL East, 52-27. They are 5-5 in the last 10, lost 1 straight. They are 31-12 at home, 21-15 away. They are much better at home than they are away. Phillies with Bryce Harper at the helm, they're going to be really good. Definitely they're gonna keep that top spot. But the only team that could really give them, well, there's 2 teams to me. There's the Braves and the Mets. Now I know Acuna is out for the year with Achilles tear or torn ACL. I forgot which one it was, but it was one of those bad injuries. So he's out for the year. But the Braves are 43-33. They're only 7.5 games back. They've won 7 out of the last 10. They have lost one straight. They're 24-13 at home, 19-20 away. They're not that good away from home, but I think they can give the Phillies a run for their money. They just got to get some catching up to do. Now the Mets, they have been strong. They beat my Yankees last night 9-7 after a brutal outing from Garrett Cole they just torched him. And then Judge hit a grand slam. They cut it to 2, but we could not get nothing to do in the top of the 9th inning where the Mets won. The Mets are 8-2 in the last 10. They are, I believe, 15-6 or 14-6 in the last 20 to 21 games. They have been the best team in baseball in 4 of the top statistical categories. So the Mets are rolling. They are 38-39. They are 1.5. They are 8-2 in the last 10. They've won 2 straight. They are 19-23 at home, 19-16 away. So they're actually better away than they are at home, but they've been playing really well. The Nationals, they are 38-41. Now, they're right there. They could do it, but I don't really see them doing that much. I don't think they're going to be a team at the end of the year that's going to be at the top. I think they're going to be lower to the bottom. They're 17-19 at home, 21-22 away. The Miami Marlins, they're not going anywhere this year. They're 28-51. They are 16-27 at home, 12-24 away. So I definitely have the Phillies and the Braves are going to be the top. It's going to be between the Mets and the Nationals to see if they can make that jump over the Braves and maybe contend for the number 1 spot in the NL East for the Phillies. But definitely think the Mets are on something right now. Don't sleep on the Mets. I think they're gonna shock the world this year. And I'm a Yankee fan, as I'm saying that. They've just been playing really good baseball. Now it could just be a good stretch that they're on, and maybe next month they'll go on a historic bad run and they'll be out. But for right now, they've been playing very good baseball. Now the NL Central, your Milwaukee Brewers at 47-33. They are in 6-4 in the last 10. They are 24-12 at home and 23-21 away. St. Louis Cardinals, they are 40-37. This division is basically just one team, and that is, excuse me. That team is the Milwaukee Brewers. Definitely, they are the top team. The Pirates are 38-41. They're there. I mean, it's very close. If you take from the St. Louis Cardinals, who are 40-37, Pirates are 38-41, Reds are 37-42, Cubs are 37-43. They're right there. They're neck and neck. There's a difference of 5.5 games between the Cubs, which is last place in their division, to the Cardinals, who's second place. So there's a lot of ground to go up from for the Cubs, but I think this could be a four-way jump to try to get that second spot in the NL Central, coming down to the wire. But I'm going to put it to the St. Louis Cardinals. I think the Cardinals will take that second spot. I think the Pirates are they're not as good. Cincinnati's very young. Cubs, they just don't have anybody that's really like set in stone. For the NL West, you have the LA Dodgers, who are 50-31 with all of the monsters that they have. Mookie Betts, who actually fractured his hand, so he's out for a little bit. Shohei Ohtani, Yamamoto, you got a bunch of guys. It's crazy how they only have 50 wins. You would think that they will be the best team in baseball. They're actually not. But the Los Angeles Dodgers, they are 50-31. They are 7-3 in the last 10, won 3 straight, 25-16 at home, 25-15 away. They're very even on away or home. It's a difference of a game loss in away or the home column. The Padres, they are 43-41. They're not as good. Again, they lost Juan Soto. They're not as good. Tatis and Machado, they sometimes can't really stay healthy. That's why they're always here and there. That's why it didn't work out with Soto. 6-4 in the last 10, won 2 straight, 23-22 at home, 20-19 away. Not a big disparity in home and away wins or losses, but they are just not as good as the Dodgers. The Arizona Diamondbacks, they were in the World Series last year. They're right there too. They're 39-40. They're only 2.5 back, or I should say 1.5 back from the San Diego Padres. So they're right there, 2.5, 1.5 back games from the Padres. So they're right there. They're 10 games behind the Dodgers. They're not catching them, but the Diamondbacks could make a push. I definitely have faith in the Diamondbacks because they were in the World Series and they were 1 year removed from what they were supposed to. This year was supposed to be the year that they were in this World Series, not last year, so maybe it came early, but I still have faith that the Diamondbacks could make a push. But right behind them are the San Francisco Giants, who are 38-42. The Colorado Rockies, they're absolutely trashed. They're 27-52. They're not going nowhere. But the Diamondbacks, the Padres, and the Giants could be another three-way type tie, and it could be right in there. I'm going to put my bet on either the Padres or the Diamondbacks. I'm probably going to pick the Padres. They have more experience with Tatis, with Machado. I think Diamondbacks, they just had a rough one. They're full of injuries this year as well. I just think that the Padres will get that second spot in the NL West division behind the Dodgers. The Diamondbacks will be 3, but we'll never know. It's going to be between the Diamondbacks and the Padres, but I'm going to take the Padres with the safe bet. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it when it comes to the rankings, or no, the standings, I should say, of where the MLB season is right now. Now, if we go to the wild card, I just want to show you guys the wild card for both sides, and this would be the wild card for the American League if the season ended right now. Now, the Cleveland Guardians, they are at the top with 51-26. Now, you would say, why are the Yankees not at the top? Well, because they're 52-29. But neck and neck, Cleveland is one of the best teams. Yankees are one of the best teams. Seattle is at that third spot at 45-37, leading their division. Right now, it would be Baltimore, the Twins, and the Boston Red Sox. Everybody else is out. I think that this is kind of going to be right. I think I would say maybe Texas could be in this. I would maybe push for Texas to be in this. But the top four look kind of pretty good. It's the last two, Minnesota and Boston, where it's like neck and neck. Even Baltimore, you never know. They've been slipping. They've lost 5 straight. They're 4-6. So we'll see what happens. But this is the American League. I like this. I like the standings so far. And let's not jinx my Yankees when it comes to this. Well, right now I like where we're at. The National League. You have the Phillies at the top. They got the best record, I believe, in baseball. The Dodgers are right there at second, and then you have the Brewers at third. This looks like it's going to be pretty good. You got Atlanta coming into the first wild card spot if it ended, and the Cardinals and the Padres. Like I said, Diamondbacks are right there, and the Mets are right there. I would not be surprised if you see Arizona or the Mets in that calling in the wild card round. You never know. But I would definitely bank on Arizona or the Mets, definitely trying to get into that playoffs because I think they have the team and they're being consistent. The Diamondbacks have been a little iff, but they've 6 out of the 4 in the last 10. And Mets are 8-2 in the last 10. So I think you definitely got something there. So that's pretty much it for baseball side of things. Now, the only thing we're going to be going over next is the NBA draft. Basically, the preview of who's going, when's going, and we're not going to go over the whole draft because we did a mock draft last week. I'm just going to go over and let you guys know who's picking what, like who's picking when, and what you could expect on maybe a thing, but definitely going to be going over where that 15th pick is going with the Lakers. Do they pick up Bronny, or do we wait to the second round with the 55th overall pick to take Bronny? I don't think he's worth a first round pick. I'm sorry. But if we don't pick him the first, he might get picked up by somebody else. So we will see. According to Rich Paul, there is no package deal for LeBron and Bronny, even though that was said earlier in the year. I don't know what the hell is happening with them two. They were all seen in New York working with Chris Brickley in his facility type thing in New York. LeBron, Bryce, and Bronny were there getting shots up, dunking the basketball, working on their moves, and doing family stuff. King James and the fam were doing their thing with Chris Brickley in New York. So we'll see what happens. Does Bronny get drafted? Does he go undrafted? Does he go back to college because he didn't get drafted? What's the deal here? I definitely think that the Lakers pick up Bronny, especially if the looming thing is LeBron signs that max contract, which is a 3-year, over $160 million deal that he can sign, which would be his probably last contract of his NBA career because that would put him to 43. I believe at the end he'll be 43. So that would basically push what I said. Everyone was asking me last year, how many years you got LeBron? I said 3 to 4. He's basically going to play 3 or 4 more years. If I believe Bronny gets drafted by the Lakers, I got him playing 3 to 4 years. That means he can play with Bronny, and then if the Lakers draft Bryce, he could play with his son or against him the last year of his career, which would be crazy that he could play with his son, Bronny, and go against his other son, the youngest son, Bryce. Which Bryce I think is going to be better than his older brother Bronny. Most definitely got a better shot. I think he's also taller. I think he's got a little bit more skill. Definitely the passing is definitely with Bronny. And the fast pace is definitely with Bronny. But I think Bryce got the shot, the height, and his athleticism is there. He's just 6'6". Bronny's only 6'2". So definitely going to get him some edge. But let me present so you guys know exactly who's getting drafted. I would like to go live for the draft, but one, I'm going to be at practice, and then two, I'm still banned until Thursday, so which kind of sucks. But it is what it is. So these are the draft preview, team previews. Atlanta's picking first. They're definitely probably going to go with an overseas guy. They're saying Hawks are going to pick Rashashir at number 1. But we'll see what happens. Hawks are a little weird. I would probably go with Sarr because they need a big man. They need that big threat. Boston is there too. So everyone, these are all the picks in the first round. You got the Hawks, the Celtics, the Nets, the Hornets, the Bulls, the Cavs, Dallas. You got a bunch of teams. But for some reason, this is not the exact order. Let me get the exact order for you guys. So you guys know the exact order on which teams will be picking. Because for some reason, the order has been screwed up. Okay, so the number 1 pick. Draft history. Okay, so that's that. All right, let me just go over who drafts when. For some reason, this was not coming up. But yeah, so it's tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Round 1 will be today, tonight. Round 2 would be Thursday at 4. And then that's pretty much it. Definitely the Hawks take the first guideline, which is the number 1 pick. So we'll see where the Hawks go. But they're saying the Hawks would pick Zachary Rashashir from previously number 2. They're having the Wizards take Sarr. I think it should be switched. I know the Wizards need a big, but I think Sarr would be much better with the Hawks. They need a dominant force. Reed Shepherd to Houston. Houston picks 3. Stephon Castle to the Spurs are at 4. Donovan Clingan, the Detroit Pistons, at 5. Mateus Bazelis, Charlotte Hornets, at 6. Cody Williams, Portland Trailblazers, at 7. Dalton Connect, San Antonio Spurs, at 8. Tajin Salon, Memphis Grizzlies, at 9. Devin Carter, Utah Jazz, at 10. Nikola Topic, Chicago Bulls, at 11. Ron Holland II, Oklahoma City Thunder, at 12. Rob Dillingham, Sacramento Kings, at 13. And Jacoby Walter, Portland Trailblazers, at 14. So that's the first 14 picks that could go and might go. I know a couple of them I didn't have, but I do like definitely like Reed Shepherd going to Houston. That's a big one. And as well as Dalton Connect going to San Antonio with Victor Wembanyama. Whew. That's gonna be a scary team right there. I'm telling you, Dalton Connect is one of the most NBA ready talents coming out of this draft. I think he's gonna have a great career and a great first season with Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs. I definitely like what's happening in San Antonio. They're definitely doing what they're doing right by Greg Popovich. Let's hope that I would like to see Greg Popovich and the Spurs back in the playoffs and doing some stuff. I grew up with watching Greg Popovich and the Spurs going against the Heat, and a bunch of guys, Kawhi Leonard when he was young, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, a bunch of the guys, man. So it would be nice to see the Spurs, new and verge the Spurs back in the playoffs. But it's going to be a while. But if you got Dalton Connect and Victor Wembanyama, that's going to be one hell of a tandem right there. Can't wait to see that one in the NBA. We're currently 25 minutes and 23 seconds into our show. That's pretty much it for the NBA draft. Like I said, I think the Lakers go with a point guard. I'm probably going to go with the Lakers taking what's his name from Duke, the point guard from Duke. And then I think we pick Bronny in 55th, or we go with the big man Zack at 15. And then we take Bronny at the 55th. I'll be surprised if the Lakers take Bronny at the 55th pick, but at the same time, be surprised, and at the same time be not so surprised because it's LeBron James' son, and that's exactly what they've wanted. So we'll see. But yeah, other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. We got some sports stories I'm going to go over before I let you guys go. If you guys did not hear, Indiana Fever rookie and former Iowa star Caitlin Clark was named the 2024 Collegiate Woman Athlete of the Year and has now accepted the CWSA Honda Cup for the second consecutive year. In receiving award Monday night, Clark became just the fourth athlete in the history of the honor to win it multiple times. She's joined four-time WNBA champion and two-time Olympic gold medalist Maya Moore, three-time Olympic gold medalist swimmer Tracy Colkins, and softball standout in 2020 Tokyo silver medalist Rachel Garcia. So she's on the Mount Rushmore of college basketball for women's and in general, most definitely. Now, J.J. Redick was announced as the new head coach yesterday, I believe. For all the attention the new Lakers hire J.J. Redick received as his introductory press conference Monday, the biggest bit of the Lakers news fell below the fold in ESPN's insider Dave McGettigan's report of the afternoon. In L.A., the Lakers are prepared to offer LeBron James a 3-year max contract extension, which would be valued north of $160 million. James has until June 29th to opt into the final year of his current contract, which would pay him only $51.4 million for the upcoming season. The expectation is that he'll forego that player option and become a free agent. Should he be wondering about the 3-year max, it's because James is 39. The over 38 rule stimulates that no player over that age can sign for more than 3 years. But he's not going to play for more than 3 years, telling you that. Now, for more news from LA, this is all big time. A lot of this draft thing is going to be about the Lakers because of the fact where Bronny's going, where LeBron might go. Is he going to sign the max contract? Is he going to opt in? It's a bunch of crap. JJ Redick getting signed. What's happening? Blah, blah, blah. The Los Angeles Lakers have spent the past half of a decade or so in mode. They traded a boatload of draft picks for Anthony Davis in 2019 in order to pair him with LeBron James. Ever since the Lakers have operated as buyers, they've given up first-round picks in 3 separate trades for Dennis Schroeder in 2020, Russell Westbrook in 2021, and D'Angelo Russell, Jared Vanderbilt, and Malik Beasley in 2023. And they have now paid the luxury tax 4 seasons in a row. But ever since the 2020 championship, this approach has failed to take the Lakers back to the NBA Finals. In the past 4 seasons, the Lakers have made it beyond the first round only once. This has understandably made James and Davis a bit angsty about the team's immediate prospects. James is 39 years old and eligible to become a free agent this offseason. Davis, who's under contract through 2027-2028 season, is 31 and only has so many prime years left. The Lakers have 3 tradable players in their locker room that they can make room for and get some draft picks back. And for me, those are probably D'Angelo Russell. I would probably go with might be Austin Reeves. Maybe you add a Cam Reddish in there probably. So I got those 3. That's a maybe on those 3. You can maybe pair in. I think you keep Reeves and Hachimura. I think you probably get rid of Cam Reddish, D'Angelo Russell, and maybe Spencer Dinwiddie. Get rid of those guys. So that's some notable things that I might say. that could be looking at it. But that is pretty much it when it comes to the NBA. There was a big news out last night where Mikal Bridges was traded to the New York Knicks for a monster trade package. And according to ESPN's or Adrian Wojnarowski, the Knicks will send the Nets unprotected first-round picks in 2025, 2027, 2029, and 2031, along with a protected, unprotected 2028 first-round swap and a 2025 second-round pick. According to Wojnarowski, Bojan Bogdanovic will also be in the deal as matching salary. That's a lot. So Mikal Bridges is heading to the Knicks. They are now basically Villanova. You got Brunson, you got Hart, you got DiVincenzo, and you got Bridges. And now Bojan Bogdanovic is going to the Nets. So we'll see how that pairs with that. As well as the Rockets are looking into trying to get a trade offer or a signing to try to sign Kevin Durant to go to Houston. That will be something. Pairing him with Jabari Smith, Kevin Durant, Jalen Green, Sengun, and then you have Jalen Green at the point. You have you could have Christopher at the 1, Jalen Green at the 2, Kevin Durant at the 3, Jabari at the 4, and Sengun at the 5. That's not a bad starting 5, ladies and gentlemen, but we'll see if the Rockets even try to do it, and if they do, how much are they willing to give up to get the Slim Reaper, the sharpshooting monster, Kevin Durant. That will remain to be seen. So we talked a little bit about MLB. We talked some NBA. We talked some sports stories. What are my thoughts? I think these trades are great. Great for the Knicks. I love it. It's awesome to see all 4 of them together back where they were in Villanova. And I love to see, man, some new trade talks with the Lakers. Could LeBron be leaving to go to another team? Will he sign the max contract? Will he jump into his current contract? Will Bronny be drafted by the Lakers the 17th or the 55th? Will a team take a chance on Bronny to try to see if they can poach LeBron there? There's a bunch of stuff. Then you got Kevin Durant going maybe to the Rockets, perhaps, if they have enough draft capital to get him there. There's a lot going on in the NBA and the sports world, and I can't believe covering it. It's great to see, and it's great to see all the different types of things that are happening around the sports world. Is what you love about sports. It's all the mobility, moving around, doing different things. It's great to see. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it for my show here on the Fire Sports Pod. We are currently 32 minutes and 45 seconds into the show. I appreciate all the support. Again, we are on Season 4, Episode 3 on the Fire Sports Pod, where everything we do here is fire. I'm your host, Zack Jackson, and I will catch you guys on Friday for Season 4, Episode 4, where I will have my special guest and my boy from Montclair State University, X, who has his own show called Coin Toss, which he'll be jumping on my show at noontime, and then at around 1 o'clock or 1:30, we'll be jumping on his show to talk some sports with his stuff on FaceTime. So go definitely check out, shout out Coin Toss. It's on TikTok. I believe it's on YouTube and other social media platforms. Go check it out. It's my boy X. He's got his own podcast called Coin Toss, so I'll be jumping on there after our show, but we'll have a special guest at noontime. Our show will be coming on Friday at 12 noon, Friday, Season 4, Episode 4, so definitely go check that out. We're going to be talking some maybe football, some basketball, maybe some soccer, so definitely check it out. Other than that, guys, have a great rest of your Wednesday afternoon, and I will see you guys on Friday. Stay cool out there, and I will see you guys Friday. Peace.